Growing up as a young girl in the Deep South, we played a game called Dare. No, it was not truth or dare. We were not that savvy. We made up the rules as we went along. Dare for us was a way of encouraging, challenging, and urging someone to do something you knew that they could do. And sometimes when you really wanted your friends to take the plunge, you double dog dared them. So this morning I've stopped by just to share with you and to encourage you to dare to hope. During these economically depressed times, known as the Great Economic Recession, people live in a state of hopelessness. They feel as though they have nothing to look forward to. No dream, no job, no anticipation of getting a job, no way to pay their bills, and no joy. Like the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, they view life as an endless pain with a painful end. Circumstances ought not define who we are, but there's no circumstance so dark that the light of hope cannot shine through. Despite the conditions that loom before us and the awesome challenges we face, we have to maintain deep down in our souls a sense of hope, an expectation of certainty, not just wishful thinking. Hope pierces despair, and people begin to believe that they really have a chance, somehow, some way to make it. Hope is a fuel that runs in our heart. Hope helps us pick up the broken pieces of our lives, try again, knowing that somehow, some way, we're going to make it better this time. Many wounded souls have gotten through their darkest and deepest valley on hope alone. Sometimes we have to look like hope, act like hope, talk like hope, and then walk like hope, and then you might start hoping. And King David said it this way: I pitched my tent in the land of hope. Dare to hope now in the urgency of now. For yesterday is history, it's gone. Tomorrow is a mystery, it may never come. But we have now. Don't put off tomorrow what can be done today. For each of us possesses an unlimited and yet to be discovered capabilities and potentials. It's not what we have, but it is what we use. It's not what we see, but it is what we choose. When we limit what we will do, we'll limit what we can do. Uniquely, we have been equipped to perform differently. Now is the time for our children to be accountable for the educational opportunities offered to them. There's no limit to what they can accomplish if they learn how to shake off complacency. Knowledge is still power, and our people are destroyed for lack thereof. Nationwide, 3 out of every 10 students drop out of high school. And for black students, that number is near half, and that number is growing. It is estimated that every 46 seconds of every school day, a black male drops out of high school. Now we need to change this for them, we need to change it for our community, and we need to change it for our country. If not now, then when? If not us, then who? For the bottom line is, when students drop out of school today, they are basically condemned to a life of poverty and social failure. Ideally, all children should have a quality education so they can develop to realize their full potential. And those same children should be able to go to college or a secondary option even if their parents aren't rich. My siblings and I grew up in poverty. That was our station in life, but it was not our destination. Many times we never knew that we were poor because we were rich in character, doing to others as you'll have them doing to you. We were rich in confidence. Nothing beats a failure like a try. And we were rich in love towards one another. We were each other's greatest fan club through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you better be sure we've had some ugly times. Our parents refused to allow us to become helpless victims of our circumstances. Academic excellence in our household was an expectation and not an option. Today we hold such low expectations for our children. And then our children turn around and internalize the message of inferiority and live down to the expectation set for them. You know, the poet Johann Goethe said, if you treat an individual as he is, he'll remain as he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he'll become that and even more. This morning I'm not come to dole out blame, but parents, community leaders, we need to step up to the plate and not get caught up in the politics of power, position, and prestige, but rather make sure that our children are well educated and well prepared to take their rightful roles as leaders in our democracy. The need is great, and the hour is late. If we begin to think of our children as the real natural resources that's going to keep our democracy and economy running, then we'll begin to develop pockets of educational excellence, which then can become islands of excellence, and eventually systems of educational excellence. Let us dare to hope. And then dare to hope in change. But many of us like to freeze life where it is. For it took everything we had to get to where we are. And change is not what we want to hear. We are creatures of habits. We form our habits, and then our habits form us. But doing what we've always done will get what we've always got. It is imperative that we rise above the narrow confines of our individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. For we are our brothers and sisters' keeper.